What's going on, guys? And on this episode we're gonna be working on the rear end of my 2004 Chevy Avalanche. We're back in New Jersey, guys, and we're gonna be doing some work, so let's get started. Before draining our diff, remove the fill plug. By doing so, this will ensure us that we can refill our differential. We start off by removing our differential cover to drain the diff fluid. Our cover is held in with 10 13mm bolts. Keep at least one bolt slightly loosened to control the release of the fluid. Then use a pry bar and gently pry against the cover to break the seal. Once the seal is broken, carefully maneuver the cover to expose the inner workings of the differential. Hello, Diff. How are you? After grading the diff, we use an 8mm socket to remove the lock pin that holds almost everything together. Now we can remove the pin by pressing down from the top side of the diff. This will cause our pin to slide. To make the pin come out easier, just slowly spin the drive shaft till the angle of the pin faces you. Before the axles can be removed, we need to remove two 17mm bolts holding on the caliper mounting bracket. Then we remove the entire assembly with a pry bar. Hang the mounting bracket with the caliper to ensure that the brake hose isn't stretched. Now we remove the rotor. In order to remove the clip holding in the axle, you must first push the axle in towards the diff. Then use a screwdriver to help release the clip. Now you can remove the axle. Have a catch pan ready because fluid may drip. To remove the parking brake, use a pry bar to pop the entire parking brake assembly off. To remove these rusted backing plates, we first need to remove these four 19mm bolts. Next, we use a pry bar to lift up on these two tabs, and then we finally remove our hub. To remove this tetanus of a backing plate, we use a hammer to knock off 15 years of rust. Use a metal wire brush to remove all loose rust. Then we use some anti-seize just to help us out in the near future, in case we have to go back in. Now let's install our new backing plates. All parts will be linked in the description below. We reinstall our hub and wrench on our four 19mm bolts. Finally, we reinstall the parking brake. I have a full tutorial on how to do this, link will be in the description below. We tried using a pry bar to remove our seal, but no luck. Then I started using a chisel and hammered around the seal. Careful when doing this, you do not want to gouge the aluminum. Now I completely remove the seal with my pry bar. Whew! That was some work. In order to remove your wheel bearings, you need a special bearing remover tool. Link will be in the description below. Before installing your new bearings, feel the inside of the housing to ensure that there is no gouge in the aluminum. Gouges will result to leaks. Always measure and compare your old parts to your new parts. It's important that everything fits. Using your diff oil, pre-lubricate the bearings. Lubricate the outside as well to easily slide the bearings into the housing. Now I lubricate the housing. Then I place my bearing in its respective place. After, I use a flat piece of wood and hammer the bearing in even with my rubber mallet. Using my bearing and race installer kit, link will be in the description below, I hammer in my bearing till it can't go no more. You will definitely know when it can't go anymore. Now we install our axle seal. Use a rubber mallet and lightly tap the seal in its place. Finally, we install our axle in place. Then we insert our locking C-clip in its place. Now we pull the axle out to ensure that it's currently locked and not going anywhere. To install the lock pin, rotate the drive shaft till you see the hole. Then stick your pin into the hole. It should slide smoothly in the hole. Then lastly, grab some medium strength thread locker and tighten down your 7mm bolt. All is said and done, clean your gasket material off. Then reinstall a new gasket and tighten down your bolts. Now time to fill the diff. Remove your fill plug. Then add 3 quarts of the 75W90 synthetic diff oil. If you're unsure of when it's filled, just keep filling until fluid leaks out of the fill hole. Now adjust your parking brake and reinstall the rotor. Then reinstall your caliper mounting bracket assembly and tighten the bolts. Finally, we can reinstall the wheel and go for a test drive. Alrighty guys, it's your boy Ryan. Hope you guys enjoyed that episode. I definitely enjoyed making it for y'all. Hopefully you guys learned a lot, and please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe under this video. If you guys have any questions at all, don't be afraid to ask me. Definitely leave the comments in the comment section below, and I will make sure to answer each one. So with that being said, peace out and see you all till the next episode.